Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I'm calling in particular for vibes of peace as we're entering the time of this full moon in Gemini. A lot of times a full moon in Gemini can give way to mental restlessness, but we receive peace at this time. Okay, that's right. Peace, peace, peace. And awareness, that's a very positive aspect of the full moon in Gemini. Also, during any full moon, light is shed on the unknown. Things come to light. So we are grateful for truth as truth is revealed. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. All right, I'm going to start with the Wisdom Oracle. As I was getting set up and shuffling the cards, Divine was bringing through that if you ever feel any anger regarding things that have been done to you, 144 on the timer, if you ever feel any lingering resentment, Divine is helping you to release that. And also, please know that justice is being served in a very big way. There are people who have plotted, planned, 222 on the timer, and schemed against you. But things are being brought into balance and order. And there are people who have plotted against you, and now they realize that all of that energy that they put into working against you not only was a waste of their time, but it has led to their own detriment. Because the energy that they put into you, that they invested into trying to bring you down and stop you and alienate you and isolate you, if they had put just a quarter of that energy into their own homes, into their marriages, their relationships, into their children's lives, into their careers, into their gifts that at that time they had access to, they would be fruitful right now. They would not be facing loss. They would not be facing poverty, divorce, separation, anxiety, depression. They would be able to experience the same bounty, the same freedom, and the same blessings that you now are walking into, enjoying and feeling. So justice is being served. And beautiful being, you don't have to lift a finger to see to it that justice is served. Divine, your ancestors and your spirit allies, 444 on the timer, you are divinely protected. And all of your divine protectors are handling justice for you. Ashe. Let's go ahead and get into this wisdom oracle. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? It's very clear now who and what is not for you. There's someone who was trying to tempt you with something. They were trying to tempt you with an offer on the table. But what looked like an offer on the table was actually an invitation to play a game. You see how it's chess, a game of chess? But it looks like a little fortune cookie there. There's a trick that someone tried to reel you in with. It's something that seemed very appealing. It's something that a lot of people would say, oh, why not go for that? It's some sort of offer that was made by an enemy who could have been disguising themselves as someone else. But really what they wanted to do was to play games with you, and they wanted to manipulate your energy. You got the Imagine card here. Divine says that you're already aware of this trick. It has come to your mind through thoughts, or for some of you through your dreams. But it may be something that you second guessed and you were like, oh, they're not trying to get me. Or maybe I'm just being paranoid. No. This idea of this setup has already come to you. I feel like this offer, it's come to you recently. And it's because your opponent, someone who has made themselves your enemy, you never declared war against them, but they did that to you. So you just said, well, I'm gonna handle my business. Okay? But someone who is your enemy, they know that they've lost the war with you. And so the only thing they can do now is try to get back in your energy, because they want to make amends just enough to access your energy, offset their karma. But yet there's this evil streak inside of them that can't let them just be with that. I'll come back, try to make amends, and then that'll be it. Now, every time they try to get back into your energy, their initial intention is to make amends, but that evil that's inside them always steers them to the left yet again, and they want to manipulate and create chaos for you. This is already on your radar. This is already on your radar. Divine says you already know deep down inside how this person has been trying to get back into your energy. Divine says continue to go the distance and remain unbothered with this person. Look beyond their offers and keep going. Remain focused on what's truly right for you. Also, this is a cheetah. And the cheetah is all about sun energy. It's about heat and fire. The cheetah does not absorb the sun's energy. Like from a spiritual perspective, it generates sun energy from within. So that's like you. You are as powerful as the sun right now. Your masculine energy is ignited. And this isn't to say that you shouldn't connect with the sunlight. It's still a very wonderful source of energy, but Divine is highlighting right now that you have the power of the sun within you. That's how powerful you are. You don't need to seek regenerative energy from other sources right now. You are the source. And so you are able to stand with your sovereign self. Stand in your sovereignty. 10-10 on the timer, knowing that it's a wrap with these other energies around you. Okay? Even these energies who come knocking at your door, whether that's your door to your home, the door to your email inbox, the door to your text inbox, okay? Your dream state, however it is that they've been trying to come back in, you stand in your sovereignty. And you know it's a wrap. And anything that an enemy from the past tries to offer you is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Let's let the crows speak to us. What's coming through? Oh, we've got waterproof and night. Oh, I love this. Because waterproof is about that protective layer. For you, it's your spiritual energy. For the crows, it's a natural oil that they produce that protects their feathers from water damaging their skin. For you, it's your intuition. You're able to peep game. You're able to see what's going on. You're able to use your mental power, the power of your imagination, the power of your intuition, to get images of what's going on, to hear messages from the divine that clue you in as to what's really going on. And all of this serves as your protection. Also your connection with your ancestors and your spirits and with the divine itself all serve as a protective layer, so that whatever type of attacks that people from your past, petty people from your past, try to send to you in the night, in the darkness, because they don't want to be seen, that energy just rolls off your back. And you stand firm in your goals and in your missions that you have, your creative energy. And because of that, you're able to go the distance, and you're able to complete every single assignment that you have taken on or that you've given yourself, because it's your personal mission to do those things, and it's precious to you. Nobody can interfere with you. Nobody can fuck with you. That's what I'm getting. Nobody can fuck with you. You're unfuckwithable. Thank you, Spirit. What else? What's coming through from the crows? All right, you've got gifts. What about these gifts? Wrath. Play. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that it's just like this fortune cookie right here that seems like an offer. There's somebody who's trying to make an offer that seems like a gift, but it's actually coming from a place of wrath. Okay, remember this is the holiday season. Some people are attaching certain energies to gifts that they want to give. And Divine is saying to protect yourself, protect your energy. If there's something that you're second guessing, if there's something that creates doubt or stagnation within you, that's intentional. It's intended to create that result for you. 1414 on the timer. But you're tempered. You have temperance. 14 is the temperance card in tarot. This is about your patience, your balance. And from patience, we're able to have stamina. Because if you're not patient, you can't wait anything out. You're not going to have stamina. You're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to go the distance, but you are. Because you're intuitive and you're tuned in. So there's somebody who wants to attach some wrath, some negative energy to a gift that they want to give you. And then they want to play in your energy. But see, that's why they want to mess with you, is because they see you playing. They see you in this divine, I'm getting like Page of Cups type energy, Page of Wands type energy, where you're creative, you're lovable. You're always going to be playing. You know, not in a distracted way, but in a way that nurtures your soul, in a way that nurtures your inner child. They know this about you. They see this about you. They sense this about you. And so they want to come to play in your energy, but that's been canceled. Anybody's efforts to play with your energy, canceled. We ain't doing that, all right? Let's go to the tarot. Let's see what the tarot is bringing through. Thank you, Divine. Please enlighten us. Whatever it is that this beautiful being needs to know, please enlighten us regarding that. Okay, yeah, we've got Five of Wands. Yeah. What else, Spirit? What about this Five of Wands? The World and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Your time of conflict is over. Ooh, and then we've got Five of Pentacles that flipped in the reverse. You see that? Whatever poverty it was that someone was trying to bring you is flipped. You're coming out of any sort of isolation or any negative feelings that someone was projecting onto you. They can't do that anymore. They don't have that power over you anymore. So Five of Wands, this is like the same conflict that enemies have been trying to bring you. That plotting and planning type of vibe. Yeah, that's done. That's done. There are people in this group of enemies that don't even have the stamina anymore. They don't even have the mental clarity to plan anything against you. Because honestly, they feel very dumb right now. They realize that all of that energy that they put into trying to bring you down as the star, we're in minute 17, that's the star card, trying to attack you, when there was no reason for them to have any sort of vendetta against you. You had not attacked them. You had not laid a hand on them. You had not harmed anyone in their family. You were just busy being you. But that was enough to upset them, to ruffle their feathers. That was enough to see, for them to see you having a good time in life, enjoying your energy, because they weren't able to do that. So that's why they chose to target you. Also, some of them were paid to target you by an energy that was very desperate, by an energy that only knows Five of Wands. They wake up to Five of Wands: conflict, competition, anger, fire, wanting to burn everything down. There's a group of people that was overtaken by this competitive energy that wanted to combat you. Divine says that's over. The World. You have fought the good fight. You have let everybody know that no matter what kind of vendetta they choose to have against you, you're going to focus on you. You're going to remain true to yourself. You're going to remain steadfast in your sovereign energy. And now, after seeing that play out over and over again, they know that you're not lying. They know that what you say, it's facts. You stand by your word. And the reason that's easy for you to do is because you've always been authentic. Even when you weren't sure of what was going on, you were still authentic. You were still like, hey, I might not know everything. I might not know all that's going on, but I know I'm gonna be me. That's all I know how to do is be me. And you remain true to yourself. So now you get the Wheel of Fortune. For you, this is a positive movement in the right direction. You're moving in your North Node. You're aligned with where you're supposed to be. Divine says you don't ever have to doubt that. You are walking on the path of a chosen one, of a chosen being. And that's not an easy path to walk on, but you're doing it. And sometimes you take big steps. Sometimes you take baby steps. But that's all right. You're still standing. Okay? And that's what matters. But things are moving for you in a very positive direction. And what this wheel means for the people around you who have combated you is that they want to get something else going. They want another go round. Because that's all they know to do. That's all they've committed themselves to doing. You have people around you who have been to hell. You know how they say you've been to hell and back? That's you. You've been to hell and back. You saw enough to the point where you gathered your strength and you said, I'm never going there again. I'm going to stay committed and focused to where I'm supposed to be. That's your path. But you got people around you who have gone to hell, and they'll always be there. They will remain there. That's their new home. They're going to remain in hell. They're pitiful, they're petty, and that's all they will ever commit to being. Because they don't want better for themselves. And even those who want better for themselves, they're not committed to doing the work that's necessary to get to a different place, to get to a better place. They're not willing to put in the work, to put in the effort. And they've sat back and they've watched you put in the effort. And instead of allowing that to inspire them, now they're intimidated. And they're like, well, I really can't do anything because if I try, I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I'm not going to look good like you. That's what they're saying to you in their mind. So they've allowed themselves to become intimidated instead of inspired. And so they will remain in hell. They don't even have to pass. They don't have to cross over in order to go to hell. They're already in hell. They're already there. They have no inspiration, no motivation. They're stuck in the Five of Pentacles. See, your Five of Pentacles, whatever sense of lack that you were feeling, it's in the reverse. But the people who were trying to put you in that state, they're stuck there. And they feel so cold. They're stuck in their shit. They're stuck in the same shit that they tried to create for you. I'm going to pull from this deck. What do we need to know, Divine? What's coming through for this beautiful being? What does Spirit want to bring through? Hollow. Yeah. Empty and shallow. It says pretty, if that, on the outside, but nothing on the inside. Airhead, head in the clouds. You know what I'm getting is that somebody thought that you had all the makings of success on the outside, but that you were hollow on the inside. It's funny because this card came out in the reverse. Somebody's initial impression of you, or what I'm getting is that what they were convinced to think of you has been completely turned upside down. And that's one reason why the people around you feel so dumb right now, is because they misjudged you and they acted so harshly on that misjudgment. It's one thing to think something about a person and to just kind of store it in the back of your mind and keep it moving, but these people stalked you. They worked together to distract you, to work against you, to stop your success. They were obsessed with you, and not in a way where they were like praising you and, you know, lifting you up, but they really wanted to see you fall flat on your face. And they assumed that you were beautiful on the outside, but had nothing to offer on the inside. And now what they realize is that you're the whole package. You are the entire package. 2444 on the timer. Not only are you balanced, but you're protected. And one reason why these people feel very petty right now, and they know that they are, is because they realize that there is nothing that their little brains could come up with to create any sort of scheme or scam against you that would actually bring you down. It's like they were trying to attack the Hulk, you know? If you shoot a little slingshot at the Hulk, he's gonna be like, oh, that tickles. That tickles. You know what I'm saying? Then he's gonna get mad, right? But that's what their attacks were to you. It was like a little massage. Oh, okay. You coming at me with that? That's what you got? There could have been some things that really did impact you, right? But because you were aligned, you adjusted. And you allowed those attacks to transform you. So the more and more that they attacked you, the more and more you were able to laugh at that shit because it was petty. And it was petty because you're divinely protected. Yeah, it's like you were in the school of hard knocks. It's a hard knock life for us. But it's not a hard knock life for you. You went through the hard knocks and you learned from it. You took notes. I'm getting, because that song is from Annie. There could have been some trauma that you went through perhaps as a child. Okay, because Annie was young. She was an orphan. There could have been some trauma that you experienced as a child that this group was aware of. And they honed in on that. They wanted to use your trauma against you. They wanted to use it as a source of sensitivity for you, to make you more sensitive to the pain that they were trying to inflict on you. These are dark, evil people. And that's why they're cold and stuck right now. There's no need to feel any sort of, I'm going to go ahead and say it, to feel any empathy for them. Because you already know what they feel. They feel regretful. You don't have to tap into that. There's no need to tune into their emotions to feel sorry for them. This is their karma. This is the world, the life that they have created for themselves. And so the only thing that needs to be done with these people from your past is to continue to cut cords and release that 2727 on the timer and allow the divine to bring all of this to a complete and total end. Yeah, with 2727, that's 9 endings. Okay? Mission statement. Yes, things are coming to an end so that you can truly focus on your mission statement, on your purpose, the purpose for your life, which something tells me you are more and more clear every day of why you're here. And one reason why you're more clear of that, clear about your purpose, is because of the pain that you've been through. It served a purpose, for sure. Oh yeah, it served a purpose. Thank you, Divine. What else is coming through for this beautiful being? Symphony. Yeah, harmony, synergy, co-creation, assembly. And you've got team and collaboration. This came through in the last reading. There's a collaboration that is coming for you. It's being built. It's being assembled. I'm hearing Avengers assemble. But you know what? It's really going to be like that, because you know how the Avengers, Marvel, how the Avengers work together, right? To bring down evil structures of crime, villains. I feel like there's something that you're going to be working on along those lines. It's true to your mission, right? But there's soul family out there that you're going to be working with. Look at that symphony. You've got your mission statement, and there are people that are going to back you on this. You're going to work together. This could also be those of you who are nurturing a social media platform. You are helping other people who have a similar cause as you, a similar purpose, okay? And this is really beautiful because this comes to you after a time where people were working so hard against you. But you stood the test of time. You went through those hard knocks. And because of that, the Wheel of Fortune is now in your favor. It's spinning in your favor for this positive change where you are working on your mission, your life's mission, but you're working in harmony and in sync with other people. Okay? And Divine is bringing through the message that there are some people who will look at you because of your beauty, because of the way you stand out, and they will assume the same old things that those petty people were assuming of you, that you're hollow, that you have everything on the outside but nothing on the inside. Let them think whatever they want to think. Let them be miserable, because all of the things that they say about you that are negative are simply a projection of their own insecurities, the fears that they have within themselves. And they really need to get help instead of projecting or trying to project that bullshit onto you. But some people in this lifetime will always need help and will never get it, unfortunately. But as you align and continue to align more and more with your mission, don't ever let anybody who has something negative to say about you stop you. Because really, they're just fans. They're fans. Yeah, Crown of Thorns. You have worn the crown of thorns. Look at this. This is Christ energy coming through. Now, you know, the story of Christ, 3111 was just on the timer. The story of Christ, I know I would have wanted to jump down off that cross and whoop some ass. You know what I'm saying? But, and I know a lot of people have, you know, some people believe in the story literally. Some people believe that it's symbolic, you know. But whatever, I know that a lot of people don't have that level of mercy. Okay? But the thing about it is that the only thing that you have to summon here is dedication to what you truly believe in, for your mission, and for the people that you fight for. Whether it's people who have suffered from abuse, people who have suffered from domestic violence, whatever it is. People who have been gang stalked, people who have been tortured in whatever way. Those are the people that whatever sacrifice it is that you've made, you made that sacrifice so that you can be true to your mission for yourself and for them. Okay? You don't have to fit in with any story, any biblical story, any biblical character. There's nothing that you have to live up to. You just have to be true to whatever sacrifice it is that you have made for your own life's purpose. And you know what that is. You know what it is that you're here on this earth fighting for. And that's what you have gone through that school of hard knocks for. That's what you've worn that crown of thorns for. You don't have to sacrifice for every single person on this earth. Okay? I'm grateful that a biblical figure could do it. That's great. But I'm talking about individually. You don't have to live up to that. There's no pressure. You just have to be true to your own mission. 33:33 on the timer. And so there is a reward that you are receiving for the sacrifices that you've been through. And that reward is that you get to work with people. You get to have a soul family. And you can connect with them to whatever extent it is that you're comfortable with. But, yeah. You've triumphed over evil. Okay? But just know that you don't ever have to be a martyr, because I'm seeing that here. You don't have to be a martyr. You know, and I wanted to bring that through. I'm glad that Divine brought that through, that, like, you don't have to be like Jesus. You know, like, if you want to align with Christ consciousness, that's fine. But you don't have to give your life for everybody. Okay, you don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to self-sacrifice for everybody. But whatever it is that you are here on this earth for, just know that what you've already been through, that's been your sacrifice. Now, you just have to remain true to that, to the purpose for which you are here on this earth. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. I hope that made sense. Yeah. Empty nest. Yeah, you're moving on. Some of you are moving physically from the place where you've been because it's just like, it's time to move on, right? But this is also about a cycle completion. What I'm also seeing here is it looks like spring with the little leaves there. So there's something significant that's going to happen regarding your home in the spring. I'm getting the vibe of new projects or like a new install, building something new. I'm seeing some of you painting, sprucing up, doing something that you've always wanted to do that nurtures your home. Making adjustments. Yeah, new life. You're graduating. You're moving on to a different phase of your life. Sap. Resources, needed materials, a flow of wealth. Yeah, you've also got spring here. There's something really significant that's going to come to you in the spring. Book burning, censorship. Somebody wanted to silence you. That's also card number 5, just like we have here with the 5 of Wands. That was a part of that group's desire for you, was to censor you. They hate your gifts. They hate the way that you are so intelligent. They hate the way that you're so beautiful. They're like, beauty and brains. They look good and they know what they're talking about too. Oh, that's just a little too dangerous. So they wanted to censor you. Whatever they set on fire, it just purified you for your next goal. You came back even stronger. They can't get rid of you. They can't censor you because you are empowered with divine energy. That's something that can never go away. It's constantly reignited. Bonfire, enthusiasm, energy, intense joy, ignited, and passion. Yeah, look at that. They're with other people. This is a season where you're going to attract very special bonds with other people, but it's not going to be at all like anything that perhaps you've shied away from in the past for good reason, okay? Because of unhealthy attachments or people wanting more of you than what they deserve, okay? People trying to connect with you in order to take advantage of you. And Divine says there's absolutely no reason to rush any of this because whatever connections or bonds are meant for you, they will naturally flow to you, okay? They will naturally flow to you. And it's not going to be this bullshit where somebody's trying to bring some sort of gift that appears as something lovely, but it's actually an invitation to play chess with you and try to conquer you and all of that shit. It's not that, okay? You've got map here, exploration, you're finding your way, all right? And there are some things about your destination that are unknown at this time. And Divine says that that's a part of the beauty of your path, is the parts that are still unknown. Because those are the parts that will require faith. And the strength that you've gained in those times where you were in the school of hard knocks, you're going to recall that strength. And it's going to be there. It's like muscle memory. It's going to come right back to you what you need to do. Okay? You're continuing to release baggage. This takes me back to the beginning of the reading where there are people from your past who do want to re-enter your life at this time. That's why Divine says the bonds that are coming to you, they will come naturally. There's nothing that needs to be forced because there are people who still want in for the wrong reasons. There are. They said because you're just too good. Like you're so damn good. You know, you're everything that so many people want. You're intelligent. You're warm. You're loving. You're unique. Even entertaining is coming to me. Not that you serve as people's entertainment, but like you have a great sense of humor. You have a great vibe about you. It feels good to be around you. Who wouldn't want to be around you? So even the losers from the past who were trying to make you lose, okay, they already had identified themselves as losers. And the only reason why they were losers was because they refused to tap into their potential. They could have been winners right with you. Y'all could have been winning together. Now, look at that. Like, that could have been y'all with the bonfire, right? But instead of doing things this way, they wanted to conquer you. They wanted to destroy every good thing in your world. So now, They have lost all of their access to you, but that doesn't mean that they won't try. But you're here with this sapphire energy. You are a strong mental force. You have deep spiritual insight and wise judgment. And so you know who to say yes to. And you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your renewal and that rainbow right there. But you're not saying yes to any bullshit from the past. Okay, you've got the white rabbit here, a spark of curiosity, gnosis, spiritual awakening. You're spending more and more time with the divine. The divine is going to show you every single connection that's right for you. Every single gift that's not really a gift that someone's trying to present you with. They're going to let you know everything you need to know. All that divine asks is for you to trust that, okay? Heeding the call. Divine wants you to heed the call. They will always give you that intuitive spark that you need to know what's for you and what's not, okay? All right, I'm gonna pull a card for Archangel Michael as we seek his protection as you move forward. Guided by his sword of light and truth. Thank you, Divine. Archangel Michael, what message is coming through for this beautiful being? It's almost over. Ashe. Now see, this is card 16. That's a tower that we welcome. We want all the bullshit to be over. But we're also grateful for it because, you know, those towers teach like nothing else can. 4141 on the timer. Towers teach us like nothing else can. Okay, it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. And I encourage you to do that anyway because what you got coming to you is so beautiful. Have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me, this is Archangel Michael talking, allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. If there are any disquieting feelings, Archangel Michael says that's just, it's like the goo, like that sap card came through. It's like the sticky residue from what you've been through. You know, there could be some PTSD there. There could be some fear based on things that have happened in the past. And that's very normal, very normal. But it's also something that you are able to move beyond. Okay? You're so beautiful. You're so worthy of every good thing. And the thing is that people know that. And so they want to test you. And they want to operate in a way where they can see if they can distract you and get you off course. Because unfortunately, for a lot of these people, life is like a game of chess. And they want to see who they can conquer and who they can't. Because they know deep down inside that because they're unwilling to do the work and put in the effort, they know that they'll never be on your level. So the next best thing for them is to just keep you from getting to where you deserve to be. But they can't ever stop you. They cannot ever stop you. You will always move forward. And it doesn't matter what you've been through, what hard knocks, what crown of thorns you've worn. Yes, you have the scars to prove that you've been through some shit. But you know what? Those are your battle scars, and they are just a symbol of your strength. And I know you're strong, and you will continue to be strong on this beautiful path of yours, okay? All right, beautiful being, I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I love you. I hope that this reading brought you everything that you needed at this time, support, clarity, good vibes, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.